So, Gator.
Yes.
Onwuzurike news yesterday. Brutal. But it becoming more and more expected. Well, here's what's amazing. The second round picks of the Detroit Lions. I'm going to run these down, all right? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Josh Pascal. So far,
Haven't seen him.
a 0. Levi Onwuzurike. So far, pretty much a 0.
Well, he just had the quote-unquote last resort surgery. So does that mean last resort to save his career?
Yeah. DeAndre Swift. Talented. Really good.
Like every other running back they've drafted in the last 15 years.
Jelani Tavai. A 0.
Yeah.
Kerryon Johnson.
Again, falls into the DeAndre Swift category.
Tease Tabor. A 0. A'Shawn Robinson's an okay NFL player.
Yeah.
Amir Abdullah.
No.
And now, right? He's pretty much a 0 for the Lions.
Backup running back.
Kyle Van Noy, a 0. Darius Slay.
You know how many sacks Kyle Van Noy has in his career?
Yeah, I do. Because I have it right
Yeah, I have it in front of me, too.
Yeah.
28 and a half sacks
Pretty
in his career.
impressive.
That's actually,
How many as a Lion?
well, like
1.
none. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. All right.
Darius Slay, great pick.
Great.
Second round pick. Ryan Broyles,
Here we go.
a 0. Titus Young, a 0. Mikael LaShore, a 0. Louis Delmas, pretty good pick. Jordan Dizon, a 0. Drew Stanton,
Well, even Louis Delmas was a pretty good pick, but he only lasted like 3 years where he was productive, and then he got hurt.
1 year they had 3 second round picks.
Don't do this
Ikaika
one.
Lama Francis, Gerald Alexander, and Drew Stanton. 0, 0, 0.
Well, Drew Stanton was in the league for 15 years.
0 for 3 in the second round. You're so bad.
Daniel Bullocks, 0. Sean Cody, 0. Teddy Lehman was okay. He had injury
Teddy
problems.
Lehman had 1 year
Yep.
and got hurt. He played literally played every snap of the season on defense, and then hurt his foot and was done.
Boss Bailey,
Boss was a big bust,
pretty much a 0.
giant bust.
Kalimba Edwards led the NFL in near sacks, but was a 0.
How did he have 31 career sacks?
Don't know. In the year 2001, Matt Millen drafted Dominic Raiola and Sean Rogers in the second round.
With Jeff Backus as the first round pick,
Yep.
and then I was drafted in the 5th.
A different Scotty Anderson.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
Scott E. Anderson.
That's right. He's got a Y.
That's an incredible run of second round zeros.
There's one stud in that group with Darius Slay,
Yeah, I mean,
and then there's
there's
maybe
some good
3
players.
guys you thought were okay. These guys were okay.
Raiola, Sean Rogers. Who else did we mention there? I mean, Delmas was okay
Yeah.
as a player.
I'm holding out hope with Swift. That
Well,
Swift. Swift, he's got to stay healthy to be there. But yeah, otherwise, A'Shawn Robinson's been okay.
Yep. That's 4 GMs, by the way, that we've had go through. The last 4 GMs have the second round, which a second round pick is a pretty damn good commodity.
We've come to, you and I think over the years, have come to love the second round pick.
Yeah.
I think it's because we do so much draft prep that we get excited about the next day. Oh, who's still on the clock? Who's undrafted? Who should have gone in the first? It's going to be available in the second.
Yep.
And we get excited about that. And, of course, unfortunately, the line's been so bad lately that they've had a high second-round pick, and we start to covet that second-round pick to get that guy. And what have they turned it into? Josh
0.
Pascal, Levi Onwuzurike the last 2 years.
So, I mean, the Pascal thing is, I don't call that concerning, but I'm more concerned than I should be because of the history of the second round picks, which makes no sense. Josh Pascal, his current injury shouldn't be affected at all by the fact that Ryan Broyles couldn't get healthy, right? I mean, it shouldn't be at all. But because of that, I'm concerned. But the second round thing, I don't believe in curses, okay? I believe in mismanagement and maybe mismanagement. Oh, obviously, everybody believes in mismanagement. It's not just me. I have a belief that mismanagement hurts you. Everybody knows that. I don't know that it's better exemplified than their second round.
Yeah, but you say the Ryan Broyles thing shouldn't affect how you feel about Pascal, which I agree, by the way. But the Levi pick is the same general manager a year before with the same college injury, and it came back to haunt them. I know he played all 16 games, but he was clearly inefficient. A lot of it was because of that injury. That's why, when he was able to, the next following year, it was still bothering him. Put him on the shelf for a while. Obviously, he just got put down for the year as he's out with the surgery. And now Pascal, who had sports hernia surgery after they drafted him, but they knew that he had that type of injury in college already. That's my issue with this GM.
Yep.
Okay,
Well,
and
sports hernia, I'm okay with that. You can fully recover from that. I'm not worried about that as much. And maybe the reason they drafted him in the second round, Josh Pascal, is because they knew that Onwuzurike wasn't going to be able to contribute.
I wouldn't think they would.
But they drafted another guy who has injury history.
potentially-
But it's a totally different kind of history.
Yeah.
There's a big difference between a back and a hernia.
How about a guy who's just not injured, Gator, who doesn't have history?
Slow down. I didn't approve of the pick of Pascal. I'm just saying I can understand why they would do it, and at least there's still plenty of upside to come from Pascal. But, yeah, it sucks. Why continue to draft guys that are hurt? Like Jamison Williams is another one who you're not going to see until maybe a couple weeks from now. But that's another guy who was hurt. But we all like that pick.
The second-round pick, though, because you went through the history, it's unbelievable how bad this franchise is with second-round pick. And then with this new GM, the last two second-round picks, this is a top 50 player you're supposed to be getting. Top 50 in all of college football.
Yep.
And they're getting nothing.
Historically, nothing.
But now, in full disclosure, I don't think anything bothers Doug more in the Lions draft history than Ryan Broyles being taken in the second round.
I don't know. Tavai was pretty bad.
Tavai was pretty bad, but the Broyles one was
The Broyles one
I
is
wanted
the worst
Levante
one.
David so bad, and he was
Why?
on the board. And
Is he good?
yeah,
Well,
and
Brian Broyles, didn't he just tear his ACL and he took him?
No, he broke his leg, didn't he? Going into the platform in the back of the end zone. Wasn't that his injury?
it was something like that.
He literally just got hurt, though, right?
Yeah, it was during the season, in college. Yeah.
And they took him, and I was so mad because I didn't think they'd get a shot at Levante David. They needed a linebacker. It's like they always do.
They always need linebackers.
And Levante David's great, but
Well, they took Jelani Tavai, though, so that paid off.
God, that was the most who. When the Lions
It
put
was
out,
the most underwhelming highlight reel I've ever seen for a player who was taken in the second round.
it was like Hawaii playing Vanderbilt, and all of his tackles were like 10 yards downfield.
Yeah. Oh, he made the tackle.
10 yards downfield.
Right.
Here's another one. 8 yards
Oh,
downfield.
that's a nice pursuit angle he took.
Yeah. 17 yards downfield.